All right, so here we go. Trade day recap for Tuesday, November 25th on NASDAQ futures. But real quick before I get into that, there is a pretty sweet sale going on for those of you that want to trade with other people's money. Apex is started their Black Friday Cyber Monday sale already, and they're doing $60 100K accounts. And that's a pretty dang good deal, including activation fees. I think it's 69 including activation fees. Super good deal. So if that's something that you're looking for as funding to get to trade with, there's a link below to that discount for Apex. I use Apex. That's what all of my accounts over here are from, is Apex. I like them a lot. All right, so let's get into the trade recap. Going into today's session, we're on the 1 hour chart here. So basically what I saw is overnight we just kind of consolidated and we had all of this inefficiency below us. So I was expecting some kind of retracement back down into this zone down in here. So for me, I was looking for either a short to come back down into here, or if we come back down into this zone here, looking for a long. There was a lot of support down in here, a variety of different inefficiencies. We have this tailless candle. We have these fair value gaps. We have this lowest fair value gap. We had previous day equilibrium. We had previous week equilibrium. And then even the equilibrium of this expansion leg right here. All of that was down in this zone. So I was open to either idea. And if we look here on the 15-minute chart, at about 7:30 a.m., we got this manipulation of Asia's high. Asia is the pink box into the new day opening gap. So if the manipulation happened at pre 9:30, I'm expecting continuation at 9:30. So the blue line here is the 9:30 open candle, and let's zoom in here a little bit on the 1 minute chart. So here on the 9:30 open, we did receive a push higher by a little bit. And then we came down in here and formed this bearish breaker, but there was no model, no entry or anything. So at that point, I was just sitting on my hands because I couldn't catch the short down. Price came down into that zone that I was telling you about right here. Had my little target, and we formed my model. So we had 1 hour, 4 hour fair value gaps supporting price. We had taken liquidity from the 4 hour, 1 hour time frames. We reached the equilibrium. There was SMT existing down at this level. And on top of that, we also had some candle formations. So the 15-minute had formed a C2 candle right here. And so I was expecting a C3 expansion, which it dug really deep into there. And we'll take a look at that here in a second. And then also we had a 5-minute C2, but I don't put as much weight on that as I would a 15-minute C2. But running back into the trade setup here, I went to market order in at 9:52 here on this candle, and I got a terrible fill. I was hoping to get a fill down somewhere in here. Let me make sure you can see that. Yep. Because there is here this fair value gap, which I've noticed that the inversions with the gaps on the distribution leg that you're looking to trade, those have a higher hit rate. So I was excited about this inversion. All these gaps above, we had a tailless candle right here for a target. Anyways, I'm getting off my point a little bit, which is I was hoping for a deeper retracement. Didn't look like it was going to get it. Marketed in and just didn't get a good fill on this trade here. And that caused me to bring my stop loss up a little further than I was hoping. Not the hugest deal. I just decided to TP earlier than I would normally. So I got 1.3R out of this trade basically, whereas had I been able to market in more like that on the candle close, because I was targeting the consequent encroachment of this fair value gap right here. I didn't know if it was going to necessarily reach any further than this. And so that caused me to reduce the R multiple of my trade, but it's still okay. I forget. I'm going to put that back to where it was. Right there. All things considered, the trade ended up giving 2.6 R, which was well beyond what I got out of the trade, but I'd rather be a little conservative. And from there, the price went kind of sideways. So we can see it retraced super deep, did a full round trip back to the entry, It did see responsiveness to the same inversion right there. And then from there, it just kind of lollygagged around. It consolidated. So that would have been not a fun trade to have held. Ultimately, it did reach targets if you were to have hold it, but it would have taken, depending on if you're going for this swing high up here, that would have been till 11:22 in the morning. So that would have been a super long scalp trade. So yeah, that's the breakdown of today's trade. Let's see if there's anything else I wanted to mention on it. Aligned with the 4-hour order flow. So yeah, it was the order flow kind of threw me a little bit today, I think, because, and this is where like order flow is starting to transition. Here we're on a daily chart. There was a C2 closure on the daily, but for me, until we've closed above here and made a change in state of delivery, it's not like officially bullish. It's just trying to figure out what's going on. So we're anticipating the reversal at this point and kind of relying on the lower time frames, like the 4-hour, for example. Still hasn't actually had a change in state of delivery. It's still technically just trading within the same bearish range. So that's where I was a little bit hesitant on my bias this morning and just kind of leaned into the 4-hour maybe a little bit more. But as long as I'm going on sides with the 4-hour, I feel pretty okay about taking a trade against daily order flow. But yeah, that was today's trade. And again, reminder, if you want to take advantage of those Apex sales, the link's down below. I think they're running the sale until Cyber Monday, so you have some time to stock up on some accounts at a really good deal. Yeah, that's all.